Welcome everybody to another installment of the Victor Baltazar podcast, where we talk about anything you want camera related. For the most part, I'm gonna talk about some other stuff, but don't matter. Do our best. Be cool, clean, and crispy. Be chill. Like, it's not even that big a deal. Just be free. That was a little weird. I think I broke character. Anyway, we're on game 4. The next one's gonna be huge because it's the first time I go really in depth into a longer than a 1 minute highlight from that season. Those of you guys who saw the first episode know the story behind it. My voice is gone. I yelled a lot more today for whatever reason. You know how it goes. Anyway, game 4 is the last of the 1 minute edits that I did for that year, and after that was just bigger edits, longer edits from 4 minutes all the way to 9 minutes for whatever reason. This one's probably special because I was able to pull a song from this guy named Sean Steel Mac. He worked with a lot of the big guys like Dr. Dre back in the past, but he's buddies of a coach's friend. So it was pretty smooth the way we lined everything up for this season and this game. So let's just look right into it. Where are we at? Hi, Miguel. How are you?
Okay.
Miguel just walked in. He's going to watch the podcast as a spectator. Screen recording. We're locked in. Record. We're live. We're hot. Are we live? Yes.
Everybody wanna be a winner, but do you really wanna put in the work? Gotta work hard like, oh my God, and you can't stop till it hurt. Everybody say no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. Or tears in the rain. Keep the forge in the head until you dead. But the generation do the same. Everybody say nah, 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 nah. Hey yo, hey yo. Let's give it to them till they can't take no more. Stare you in your face. Tell me what you gonna do. Are you gonna let them take away all your dreams or fight like champions do? Don't complain or cry. You better hold your head up high and get back in the fight. You can lose your life. I see the fire in your eyes. Let me hear you say, nah, 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 nah. Hey, yo, hey, yo.
Well, there you have it. This one's probably the best one of the 1 minute series. That should, after 4 videos in. This one, beautiful shot, depth of field. Amazing. Another shot, depth of field, color. At this point, I didn't know anything about picture profile or color. I just shot and then maybe added a little blue saturation on an adjustment layer. And that's pretty much all I ran with. This shot is, I wasn't too good at post. I should have increased the lighting in post. I believe I didn't white balance corrected until I did this in a documentary, I believe. All this just stayed yellow. White balance is off. I go auto just because everything's always changing with the light cycling, so you'll get something different. Depth of field, again, amazing. Like I said, Sony a6300, and you have a 135L lens from the Canon. You have a mount and adapter on it that widens it. It's usually a little more expensive, but you go from 2.0 f-stop to 1.4, and it's always pretty nice. This is a gradient wipe. I took it from Sam Colder. He used it a million times, and at that time it was really, really in. So this guy, I didn't really have a song, but I'm gonna give my man Steel Mac a shout out because I got his song to get the team hype before the game. This is a bell game, a rivalry game, and normally it's a lot of excitement on the bulletins. And I was working at Anaheim that year, and then I was working at Western both in the same day. It was a Thursday game, and I worked at both schools for whatever reason. And it was nice seeing the dynamic from both schools. It was a lot. Actually, no, this was a Friday game. The year before was a Thursday game, and now this is my second year in Anaheim. It was fun. The kid gave me a little bit of crap. I took my Western sweater to work that week just to let him know, and like you guys saw, the blowout. But that's neither here nor there. It's about film. What Sean or Steel Mac was doing, he was going back and forth a lot in the room, and as you guys know, I'm on a 1.4 135, and I was racking every time he moved, so it was really tough to get a really good shot of him. This one, good depth of field, it's shaky. Again, not bad. This is a beautiful shot. The students told me, hey, that was so-and-so who got run over, and I felt kind of bad because it's still my students. But at the end of the day, it's just big JD coming down at you. Beautiful, again. One, chromatic aberration, another one. This is the rack focus, the only one I've seen in the last couple videos, so it's an amazing use of rack focus. Those of you guys who don't know what a rack focus is, you're focused on the background and the foreground is a little blurry. You rack it to show bring attention to something else within the shot that may be out of focus. Little things like that. Slow-mo again. Great win. I missed a lot of shots. It's a tribute to Sean. I was able to overlay the back, add a little tune under it, little music, added the bells. And this was just a great celebration. So, the flow of the song was better. I brought in a gradient wipe. Little things like that, just, add a little bit of texture to your film. And like I said, the first video is never going to be very good. I wasn't, at that moment, I don't know if I was trying to get better. I was just filming and I happened to get better. And I wasn't cognizant of the things I was doing. I was trying little things, don't get me wrong, to make it better. But I didn't know if I had a full grasp of what I was doing at that time. It was just shooting, what looked cool. I was just trying to make it cool. And I ended up getting a little bit better in the process. If you see video 1, 2 wasn't very good, 3 was good. This is the 4th one of that season, and it just gets better and better every time. Color, texture, lens, lighting, rack focusing, and little tools you start using. And by the time we get to the end of the season, you're going to see a major, major difference. And other than that, pretty much it. I went down on chromatic aberration from the second week, from like 22 uses to like 7. Now this one's only 2 in this video. And more depth of field. I started dropping the f-stop and then messing around with other things like that, just because the lighting presented itself that way. And the only thing I need to get better on, truthfully, is focus. And I think this video did a better job than the last one. Last one I wasn't focusing very well. And last thing, when you're on a Sony, you get this thing. I don't know what they're called too much, but I know my mentor calls them ants, or like these focus assist. You turn it on the camera and it's red. So when you're going manual, whatever's in focus will be like red dots, and it's just going to be like LED looking dots, and it's going to be either in your finder or on your screen. So that'll help. That's what helped me. I turned that on, started to be able to see what I focused on as opposed to looking at it blind, because your eyes may deceive you. So try to find where your focus assist is, or your zebras, or your ants, whatever you may call them, are on your camera. And then when you're shooting manual, especially in a game setting where you got to be fast, you got it locked in. So a couple things I went into the video was music, dual mat covered, got a good flow to it. I laid the music out and then put the video on top. Speed ramping accordingly, transitioning accordingly, adding different types of transitions. We had a chromatic aberration, we had a gradient wipe, regular cuts, ramps to the other shots, and then just little things like that. I did add a little color, added a LUT, but I'm not going to talk about that yet because I wasn't very good. This was a poor use of a LUT, but I made it look decently. But other than that, I think we'll just get better as we go along. You guys will be pleased with what you see by the end of the season. Thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. Keep it cool, clean, and crispy, and we'll see you guys in the future.